Babe, I'm so happy to have you with us today.
Same. It's such an honor.
Oh, look, the honor's all mine, to be honest with you. I think I have known you for, must be coming up to 10 years, I was thinking actually this afternoon.
I was just thinking the same. It's
Right?
been, yeah.
And, when we all grow up here together in Dubai, us
True.
old Dubai people. We've all
True.
kind of been on a journey and, crossed paths and been at events and have the same friend circles and all the rest of it. But actually, I think since COVID, everyone has completely metamorphosized.
I was thinking about it the other day. Really, COVID has changed so much.
Yeah.
Even if you don't realize, because everyone you talk to is like, but after COVID, this changed. It's incredible.
It's like actually a milestone in history.
True.
Which is it's phenomenal. Like we almost, I think, okay, it's in the history and we don't even think about it that much. But the pace of change, of technology, of behavior, of the way we're consuming and everything has changed.
The way we look at life has changed, I guess.
All of
too,
it, yeah.
Yeah.
So why was it so important for you to make this pivot in your life?
Okay, so, just a bit of history about me. I mean, I've ever since I was in university, I said to myself, I want to be independent. I don't want to take money from anyone, nor from my dad, nor from my boyfriend. Like, I was like very, set to achieve something. I didn't know what it was, but I was just driven.
Independent woman. I love it.
And so I got a very, very good job in Beirut that time for a multinational. And, Beirut is a small city. There were not many multinationals. So I was, really so happy with my first salary. And I went through several departments.
Yeah.
And then I started to realize, I studied finance actually.
Did
okay?
you?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I've always known you as a marketeer and as someone who was so incredibly impressive in whatever you were doing, you've always excelled. You've done it the best.
Thank you so much. So basically when I went through the marketing department, I realized, things are easy. Because, I am able to excel, but not putting too much effort in it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I felt, I think this is where I should stay.
Amazing.
And and it has been an 11-year stellar career in marketing. I've traveled the world with them. They moved me to Dubai, which I am grateful for forever.
Amazing.
Because it was a very big move at that time, 2012. Really, Dubai wasn't as happening as today, and everybody thought I was crazy. No. I was married, I have a kid. I was like, what the hell are you doing? You know, your husband has a good job. Why do you want to come to Dubai? There's nothing going on in Dubai. But, again, it was like the gut telling me to go.
Amazing.
And you wanted to do it for 1 year, and here I am.
Here you are, baby.
Here I am, still in Dubai. So, during I think curiosity was always something that was driving me in everything I was doing.
Yeah.
So when social media started really to start flourishing, because I was doing, so many different marketing campaigns, whether it was events or advertising or, above the line, below the line, all of these things, I started seeing Instagram and influencers. And I was like, this is a channel that is going to be very important one day.
Yeah.
So why don't I do my own?
Yeah.
To learn, because I wanted to really understand how it works.
But let's just backtrack, because I've been there with you on this journey, and I know that as well, even when you were starting as a marketeer, all right, you have the curiosity of, I just want to try it out. And let's not mention that you're absolutely drop dead gorgeous.
Thank you.
So, you have a lot of things going for you. Gorgeous family, gorgeous kids, beautiful backstory. So I think the curiosity, yes. But at the same time, remember, you were still in a very high-powered job.
True.
And I don't want to go into the details of what that was, because I know it wasn't your passion.
Correct.
But they did not want to let you go.
No.
I remember having conversations, and
No.
you were like, I'm trying to resign, but they won't let me go.
I honestly had some of the best bosses anyone could ask for, and they're still my mentors.
That's amazing.
That's something that will never change. They have taught me so much. But in the end, I was the only one in the company that had I mean, pre-COVID, pre-whatever is happening, there was no work from home or whatever. I was the only one who was allowed to work part-time because I wanted to pursue my career in the social media,
So that was the trade-off.
category. So I was, some people loved me, some people hated me because nobody was really understanding why I was able, to do what I was, because really people didn't want to let me go, especially my bosses. But then in the end, everyone understood that I had to really say, you know what, I need to take this courage, because after so long in corporate, to take the courage because you have a super stable salary. I mean, I was like, I haven't had not to worry about anything.
Yeah.
The travels, everything, the schooling, everything was there. So,
Yep.
and I had amazing bosses. So it was not something that I could, complain about.
See, that's
but again,
really
it's the
hard.
guts. It's something inside of you
Yeah.
that tells you you can do more and you can be happier.
So this podcast is all about what it takes to make things happen. And I think that this is a perfect scenario of having you've already worked extremely hard to get to that point.
For sure.
Having a comfort level, which is also lovely, let's face it, we're
Yes,
humans.
definitely.
Why not? But understanding that there was something driving you. What we're examining here, because now you're part of this big experiment, what it really takes to make this happen, is like, what are the elements, Because there is such a leap of faith.
True.
You were leaving behind something really, really incredible that, it's pretty unlikely you would ever be able to just open that door again.
True.
You're done.
True.
I mean, tell me about the day you resigned.
I was crying my eyes out, I tell you. My husband went through so much up and downs with me, I swear.
You're still together, it's good.
I think you know what it takes is, I believe there are days where you think you're really killing it, and you have this very strong belief in yourself, and there are days where you really feel like, what the hell am I doing with my life, right? And you go through this cycle, I mean, there's no clean and easy path. Mm-hmm. So I think on the days where you're really down and you really ask yourself, what am I doing? I think just you need to remember who you really are, what you've achieved, people who believed in you. I remember my boss once telling me, I was doubting myself I was just saying it, and he was like, never ever doubt yourself, and if you ever do, come to me.
Nice.
So I think it's also surrounding yourself with the like-minded people who will really propel you on these days where you're feeling down. I think this is so imperative.
So when you left, did they throw a party and were they happy for you?
I think some people were throwing a party, but they were happy. I was this weirdo was finally gone, and who has a part-time job? But I think when I look at brands, I think people make brands, and people say you're just dispensable, but no, people really make things happen for brands, for companies.
Yep.
So of course everyone moved on, but I think everyone leaves a mark. It's the legacy that you're leaving with the team, people that you've touched, whether it's the office boy or it's the whole team that you were doing, and this is something, it has still such a good energy in myself. So I think, no regrets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But look, I love what you're saying, and I know you, and I love your sentiment, and I know what kind of a person you are, and you're a beautiful person.
Thank
but
you.
That was a big deal.
Yes.
To leave with a kind of a gut that you felt like this wasn't
I had no plan.
for you. Yeah, no plan, right?
No plan. My Instagram was doing very well at that time.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, but it was never enough.
No.
Looking pretty is so boring.
Yeah.
And just putting out, pictures on social media, like that was before Reels and whatever. Really? No. There's a bit more to me than that. But I was exploring, and I think I really needed a bit of a break as well.
Probably.
With 2 kids and my husband constantly traveling. But just to reiterate that sometimes you just need to you cannot plan everything. I'm half German, right? So I like to really be organized.
Very regimented, very planned.
But life is not like that.
Yeah.
You know? So you need to also, I have to learn to sometimes let things flow.
That's your Arabic side.
You know? It's like a spaghetti and you see everything is like intertwined and you don't know. But then in the end you eat it and it's fine. So it's fine.
Let me ask you, what is your reaction when you see a post on Instagram that says, the way of the entrepreneur is like this?
So true. So true.
Do you laugh or cry?
Depends on the day. It really depends on the day. Depends on the day, to be honest. I mean, yeah.
So, we shot you so many times for magazines, for Instagram campaigns with beautiful brands and all amazing. And then one day you say, hey, I'm doing this beauty platform.
Yeah.
How did where did the idea come from?
The idea, again, coming back to COVID. So I had just resigned and COVID hit. Hello.
Amazing.
I remember on social media, because I am a marketeer, when something is too staged, I used to see that like, I mean, I'm not gonna buy this off this person just because they talked about it. And there's a certain type of authenticity that I felt was missing on social media, especially in our region.
Yes.
And so every time I used to talk about beauty or wellness or skin, I used to talk about it openly. Procedures I've done, doctors I visited, products I really liked.
And you post a lot with no makeup.
Yeah,
with
no
bare
filter,
skin.
no filter, no makeup. And I'll tell you, it takes a lot of courage because there's so many people that judge you 24/7. And so every time I used to talk about these things, I got so many reactions, especially from women, like telling me, like, yes, what do you think? Like, thank you for saying that. Thank you for being honest,
Amazing.
So I said, why don't I just, Gwyneth Paltrow, when she created
Gwyneth.
Goff.
Shout out to Gwyneth.
Hi, Gwyneth, if you're around. So she was always like kind of my compass in this, because she created Goop, and Goop was all about wellness.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm also about, because after being in corporate for so long, you have breakdowns.
Yeah.
You have mental health, issues. And so I looked at her and I was like, in the beginning, nobody really knew what she was doing. And even, even she was saying, I still don't know what I'm doing exactly, but I'm having this magazine.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's all about, filtering it all down, giving you information that you can do something with, and just giving you something real and authentic. And being authentic is, I think, really who I am. I embody it. So I said, okay, let's create something called Truth. So TRU.
Oh, nice.
Transparent, real, unveiled. This is what it stands for. Yeah, the marketeer, you see. Like,
yes. Everything.
Took me forever to find it. But so it's started off as a magazine. I mean, I am very passionate about beauty and wellness, but I'm not an expert. I don't pretend to be an expert.
The articles are very real. The way it's curated. I mean, it's stuff you really want to know about.
Absolutely.
Real reviews.
Real.
Yeah, gorgeous.
And so I interview a lot of people. I do lots of reviews about products I love. I travel a lot. I try out honestly, sometimes I try out too many things, whether it comes to facials or hair or whatever, but I love it. I mean, it's part of, what I embody. I represent wellness resorts, and the best thing about all of this is really touching people's lives in a positive way.
Beautiful.
Going to a wellness retreat is so many people, especially women, have not done it ever. But when I went and I told them, guys, this is amazing and shouldn't be also always that expensive.
Yeah.
It could be affordable. It changed people's lives. So I took influencers to the Life Go in Thailand.
Amazing.
And
I heard of this place, by the way.
It's gorgeous. It's simple, but it brings you back really to who you are.
Wow.
And remembering who you are is, I think, the force of everything that you do. And she told me, you changed my life with this trip. I would have never thought, I would be able to think the way I do now. So
amazing.
This is for me the biggest.
So when you went, I'm curious. Okay. So when you went, I know that they give you this kind of they do like a consultation. and they decide, are you like a full water fast or a juice fast or a this or a that? So what were you? What did you do?
They were like, they were like, I remember the first time I went alone.
Maybe better first alone.
I think
with all the influences.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I'm telling you, because there are days we're so hungry, we all want to kill each other.
Oh my God.
But it really also depends. You know, the best thing to, you know, it's not about losing weight or anything, but when you go on a water fast or a juice cleanse,
yeah,
it's actually letting your organs rest.
Totally.
And your cells get renewed. And once your cells get renewed and you have all this energy, you can fight, God forbid, all these diseases such as cancer.
Yeah.
So it's like really letting your body rest. And I think it's not just about them telling me what I need. It's just me understanding what I'm doing to my body. It's not about losing weight.
No.
So I opted for the master detox.
Oh my God.
Which is 500.
Of course you did. Because you
not a water cleanse.
Always aim high. You're like, I'm going to do
not
the
a water
top.
cleanse. But it's tough. 500
course.
calories a day and, you know, walking, meditating. But, you know, you can do it.
Of
and
course.
It changes you, really.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
And then you get this beautiful mental clarity as well. You know, you touched on something so important that's come up a lot on this podcast, which is getting in touch with yourself.
Yeah.
And everyone has done that differently. And some people are just innately better at it. But there is something that we're discovering in making things happen that is directly tied with understanding who you are and what, you know, we talk about purpose, but just in the most basic of having a basic self-knowledge and really knowing yourself, spending time with yourself, being clear. Because anytime you do this, I'm sure that when you were leaving your corporate job, a lot of people were like, you're crazy.
True.
Why would you do that? La, 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 all of that noise.
True.
Now, if you don't have that connection, most people will veer off the path right then and there.
Yes. 100%.
So I think as well, when you experience that cleanse, you get this beautiful, you know, tune with yourself.
Yeah. And I think coming back to I think when people were telling me I'm crazy, that's when I achieved the most. Because when I was going against the trend, and people thought I was doing but I was driven by myself, by my gut feeling.
Amazing.
This is when you start achieving.
Amazing.
And when everyone tells you it's crazy, go for it. Seriously.
I love that.
Yeah.
So look, now you're sitting on this beautiful business that's gaining a lot of momentum, even international momentum. You have an editorial platform. You have some interesting things happening in the product development space.
True.
You're very, very active in terms of content creation.
Yeah.
And you're still super authentic about everything that you're doing.
I have to. Otherwise, I would really lose. I mean, authenticity is the umbrella of everything I'm doing. And the minute I lose it, I think I'd lose my business.
I'm sure you're right.
No, really, I think for me, this is like something I don't negotiate with. So having my editorial platform, you know, it started off like people tell me like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing this right now, but every 3 months it's changing because it's evolving.
But that's so cool.
That's cool because, you know, like you're open to things and you start to try and, you know, you just need to jump into it. So what Tru has been doing is because, you know, we all live in Dubai and, you know, I've tried out so many places for my hair, for my nails, for my face, whatever. And it's, again, for me, the people who drive everything that you do, whether it's your hair, your face. So I was not really meeting these people. Like, I was not really meeting people that, you know, like, for my standards, used to make me feel the way I should be feeling. The experts.
Interesting.
So because I was interviewing so many people used to come to me, I want to come to Dubai for like 2-3 days. And, you know, I used to host them. I still host them. And I have like a big pool of artists who come for a couple of days.
Amazing.
And I host them. And I can tell you, like, it's been doing quite well.
That's amazing. And so the concept is as well to bring the best talent in things like aesthetic. I saw the other day you had someone doing special lashes.
Yes, Camilla.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, again, it's finding the best of the best
Yes.
and then really bringing
them together, and also bringing in new innovations to Dubai. For example, she works with LED lashes, so she has been doing Victoria Beckham for the past 10 years, the
Wow.
royals, like a lot of. So she works with a completely different technique than
that's
what we know.
Wow.
She's incredible, and I'm learning with them.
Yeah, of course.
So when she came to me, I told her, listen, I've never done my my lashes ever, and she used to explain to me, and I tried her, and I said, yeah, come over for 3 days, and we were fully booked from
amazing
9 a.m. until 10 p.m.
That's
every night.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It
I
is.
mean, knowing you and knowing your character, I know that you love to learn.
I love
right?
to learn.
Yeah, I mean, you always have. You've always been super interested. Even when you come into the studio, you want to know how things work.
Yeah.
That's your character.
True.
So do you think there's a little bit of like a guilty pleasure that you get with like meeting all these amazing people?
I mean, of course. I mean, that's actually like what drives me as well.
That's amazing.
I love it. And I never, ever pretend to know more than I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's okay.
So I'm like, I don't understand anything about lashes. You need to teach me so I can market you the way you need to be marketed, and and all the recognition that you deserve. Because in the end, in heart, I'm a marketeer.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But marketing can be used for positive. It's not always a dirty word, you know.
Sure.
And we're all in the business of building content, and building narratives.
Yes.
And I think that when you have a purpose to that narrative, you can do really amazing things.
100%.
You can enrich lives, and you can build communities, and this has to be the end goal. But what we want to talk about is what it really takes. So I want to talk, I think as amazing as you are, that this has probably not been the easiest transition.
I mean, I think I don't remember the last time I slept properly. So
you look good, babe.
Thank you. Easy is an understatement. I think when it's your own business.
Yeah.
I mean, corporate was something, and I was working really hard, but I could switch off.
Yeah.
Right now, it's really hard.
Yeah.
I'm trying to meditate, get a bit of a break, but it's just different when it's your own. And I think what drives you is, your purpose again.
Yeah.
But what it takes, to be very honest, I think the first thing is really listening to your gut. I think for me, this is the number one thing that we all should do, really listening to who we are, not listening to the noise and everyone around us, and just really look into ourselves and see what our purpose is, and try out a million things and fail.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
Failure is not something we should be proud about, failures, really.
Yeah.
But we should get up and try again and again.
Yeah.
So gut, courage. I think courage is, sometimes I'm like, I can't do this. And I'm like, okay, look at Huda Beauty, what she did.
Yeah.
Inspirational, how she
Absolutely.
started. I mean, we can all do it. We just have to, go for it and do mistakes and not be afraid to fall.
Yeah, and Huda, she's ready to teach everyone how she did it, which is the most beautiful thing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded and that support you.
Yeah. I would say they're pretty important things. But there's also a deeper layer. You have a piece about you that's in your character.
Yeah.
That not everybody has that. Which is that sense of knowing who you are.
Mm.
And what I'm kind of starting to discover is that the people who are making things happen, they have that. Whether they've built it.
Really?
Whether they've trained it, yes.
Okay.
it's something that they've been able to achieve is a level of self-knowledge that I'm not going to compare, whatever, but there's a deeper level of self-knowledge. Also, things like meditation are super important.
Of course.
Because the people who are making things happen are not asking much advice.
True.
Sometimes they have mentors, but generally speaking, they're
listening
in
to
tune.
Yeah.
So
100%.
when you say, listen to your gut, I think that's such a beautiful thing because it's so raw and it's so you and it is authentically you.
True.
It's just like, I feel it, I'm going to do it. But I think that the magic potion is the self-knowledge. The same self-knowledge you had when you knew that your job was not it.
True. Yeah, there's something inside of you but I just think, as you exactly said, you need to listen to it. You need to be able...
And take action.
You take the leap of faith.
Yeah.
Have the courage to really go for it.
Yes.
I completely agree with you. I think, you have to know yourself. I mean, I don't know if I know myself good enough. I mean, there's always, more things to learn. But you're absolutely right.
Well, I think by putting yourself in this journey of authenticity and being so transparent with your community, I mean, you're putting yourself out there.
True.
Right? You're on a limb.
True.
You're building a business publicly. You said to me now, I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be, but I'm just, it's so refreshing, you know, because it shows that you can not have a steadfast vision.
Yeah.
You can have somewhat of a plan.
Yeah.
But if you kind of in tune.
Purpose.
Purpose. Yeah.
Purpose. I think I know where I want to go.
Yeah.
I know the path is not going to be as I'm thinking it's going to be.
Probably not.
And 3 days ago, we had this crazy idea that is going to change a lot of things, but it's just coming naturally.
Amazing.
So let's see. Let's see. It's really exciting.
Babe, how important is technology in what you're doing?
Technology, I guess it's the propeller, of a lot of things that I'm doing, because I can try all of these treatments and wellness, experiences. I can talk to so many people, but if I don't have the social media and, everything around me, I cannot get it to as many people as I want to. I wouldn't be sitting here doing a podcast. I think it's the underlying layer of everything that we're doing.
Yeah. Do you consider your company to be a technology company?
I guess there's a big part of it, yes.
I think so.
Definitely.
I think so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Can't deny that.
Interesting. Marketeer, technology, skincare, beauty,
yeah.
self-knowledge.
Wellness.
We have some layers going on here.
True.
And of course, the wellness. I mean, as a personality, you've always been interested in taking really good care of yourself and living a certain way. I mean, that's also part of your real, true character.
100%.
So how do you find when you're bringing these stories to the world? Like, how are people responding?
Honestly, I mean, the last time I visited the Life Co was a year ago, and still so many people are going because they've seen it. And it's a life-changing experience.
Amazing.
And this is why also I want people to experience what I experienced. That's why I'm doing these collaborations with the wellness centers. That's why I'm getting in all these artists, because let's be real, not everyone is understanding skin.
Yeah.
The way, you need someone who really understands skin. For example, I have this facialist. She's incredible.
Really?
She will tell you what products you need. She's not just doing your facial. There's an aftercare that comes after it. It makes you feel much more, confident if you have acne or whatever. So I want to bring in, not just talk about it, but also bring it to the people.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And
I'm sure that there is a lot of women who are DMing you on a daily basis, just saying,
for sure,
thank you. Or,
I mean, for me, the best, if you want reward, is when people are coming back.
Yeah.
So if they do one treatment and then they message my team and they're like, when is she's coming back? When can we do another treatment? When can we do this? So this is great.
Yeah.
Because again, in my business, I don't push. My friends are like, why didn't you tell us? I'm like, you know what? My social media channels, really
they're public, baby. You can follow and learn.
And I'm not going to push anything to anybody.
Yeah. I think that's beautiful. But that's very your character.
Yeah, it's so me.
It's so you. Yeah. And even though you're a marketeer, you really understand the psychology and how to just present things very elegantly. And I think that's going to be a huge part of your success. But what I want to ask you is, what does success look like for you?
Waking up in the morning and feeling fulfilled and having like a clear horizon in front of me, no worries, feeling loved.
Yeah.
For me, honestly, this is success. Like this fulfillment, you can get it from having a great conversation with someone.
Yeah.
For me, it was never really money driven.
Okay, interesting.
Never.
Interesting.
For me, it's always been based on I feel fulfilled when I can give.
Nice.
And I want to be more of a giver than taker. So if anyone will ask me, what's your purpose? How I want to be remembered, I always want to be remembered as being more of a giver than a taker.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
But you're a businesswoman under there. And there is a P&L.
Sure, of course there's a P&L, of course. But
I love what you're saying.
But that's really the core of what I do.
So when did you really know? I mean, I'm so proud of the success of what you've done. And when did you really know that you had a real business on your hands?
Sometimes I still come to the office and I don't understand why is everything happening so quickly, and I still can't believe that things have been happening so fast. So a real business at hand, I think it started off in the social media days where, but I think, okay, just to rewind, I think when I started having my office and my team sitting in my office.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It was a big step. And my husband was like, just work out somewhere. I was like, no. I want to have my team coming in. I want to create a safe space. I want to get my artists in. I want to do shoots. I want to do that. Done.
Amazing.
I think that's it. That was the aha moment when I understood, I need to make, this place, a hub.
Yeah.
Beauty, wellness, everything.
Did you feel that responsibility was something that drove you? Was it scary?
Yes. Scary is good. I like scary. I really like scary. I've been really loving the scary parts because when it's scary, it's good. It means there's something coming. Comfort zone.
Out of the comfort zone.
No, not really. No, I'm not there anymore. Yeah.
And even though you are a social media figure, your personality is kind of low key.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
And I mean, your social is the same as that, but you've never been someone who wanted the limelight or anything like that.
Actually, no.
No.
Never.
I
mean, no. It's so true, by the way.
No.
Never. It was never the fame for me.
No.
Actually, never. It's so true.
No, I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
And like I totally, when you say it was like a curiosity for me as a marketer, I knew that this was going to be important, that social media and having a personal brand was going to be important. So this 100%. Is why I innately went with it.
Yeah.
But I always knew it was leading me to something. I mean, this is exactly how I saw it for you.
So true.
Exactly.
Actually, you're so right. I never really thought about it that way, but 100%, like I'm not someone who's looking for fame or...
No.
I have the recognition from my kids, from my husband, from my friends. I mean, that's the most important thing, you know?
Yeah. And adding the giving back onto it again, I do think this is an important thing of making things happen, is having a purpose that's definitely beyond yourself and your own gratification and your own ego, for sure. But being in a place where you can give back, I mean, that's when you can really build a strong network around you.
The fulfillment that you get from that is second to none, to be honest.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So this year on the cards, we have a product launch.
I'm not sure if it's going to happen this year.
We hope.
We hope,
we have
but
a
if not,
product
early
launch.
next year, hopefully.
Otherwise, early next year. What else have we got coming up?
Well, the team is growing. My
Amazing.
artists are growing.
Amazing.
Tomorrow we have a big shoot happening with a lot of my artists. So it's great. People are trusting me. And I think, doing some pop-ups maybe here and there. Let's see. Nothing is set in stone yet, but we want to grow outside of Dubai. And I want to bring in the good quality services to everyone who really needs them.
Amazing.
Whether it's in Dubai or beyond, let's see.
You did flag something earlier about the fact that there's a lot of things in Dubai, but it's not always done properly. And I think it's part of it's just part of the Dubai syndrome of growing up quickly, catching up to everywhere. It's no fault of anyone, but it has happened, and we've seen it in most industries. The thing about Dubai is they're amazing at getting things right quick, or troubleshooting and learning really quick. But I mean, for sure, the timing for you is perfect because there's such a overdose of salons, and I mean, it's this area of aesthetics and salons and everything is so congested. But I can name on my hand like the places that I would go. So I think there's a really interesting, and I think you felt that innately again. But in your office, do we come and have treatments in your offices?
It depends on the artist that is coming in.
Okay.
But it's usually either we do a collaboration with someone at their place.
Yeah.
It depends on really, the lash artist, she was over at my office. She did it for 2 days, then she left again.
Yeah.
But it really depends. But the office is also used for a lot of speaking events. I don't know if you know Dr. Simone Laubscher. She's an Australian. She has this brand called Welco.
Oh, Welco, I know.
So she did the collaboration. She did the formula for Welco.
Wow.
With
Elle Macpherson.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know Elle Macpherson.
So she came over. We had a talk. We had so many people over,
That's
women
amazing.
that are interested in wellness. So
I love that brand, by the way.
Me too.
Yeah, it's
incredible brand.
Incredible.
Yeah. And Dr. Simone is your fellow Aussie.
I need to come.
She's actually just messaged me. She's coming to a biohacking conference here.
Amazing.
So,
do something else with her. I'd love to meet her.
Of course, next time she's here, we do coffee, whatever.
I would love that.
She's one of a kind.
Amazing.
That's, one of the perks of having this business, to be able to get connected to so many women who are changing the world.
Fantastic.
Women and men.
Fantastic. So, we all look at, we were mentioning Goob and Push.
Yeah.
And of course, the character of those women is so heavily a part of those platforms.
True.
And I am so excited to see how you're going to develop and keep growing what you're doing with your own platform, because I have no doubt it will be completely unique as it is. But is there a little superpower or something completely different that you think that you have in this platform that makes it globally relevant?
Oh my God.
I know I asked the hard questions.
Superpower. I think it's a really my authenticity.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so too.
And really living my life according to what I say. I am living my life according to we just did an article about matcha, because recently I've been really obsessed with it. I think it's great.
Yes, it's amazing.
It's not it makes me feel energized throughout the day.
Yeah.
Unlike coffee, where you get to there's caffeine shots, and then but matcha is completely different. It's healthier and
amazing.
And really, I really try as much as I can to preach what I do.
Practice what you preach.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Exactly.
That's amazing. No, I think authenticity, especially in this part of the world, when you're looking at American counterparts, I think the playing field is just different. True. But to be really authentic in the Arab world, it is a different climate.
So true.
You know what I mean?
So true. For example, we were creating content on TikTok in English on Tru, and the minute we switched to Arabic, we just skyrocketed.
Amazing.
Some of them have like 1.5 million views. Like, it's crazy what's happening.
Amazing. And it was the Arabic language.
Yes, and exactly as you said.
Amazing.
I think there's so much untapped potential in the Arab world of us talking in Arabic and really educating. Education is so important, especially when it comes to beauty and wellness. You know?
Yes.
How can I make the right choice? Who can I talk to?
Totally.
Everyone is bombarding me with different information. How can I really nail down what I need?
This is your voice,
right?
Baby. Oh my gosh. To be honest, I don't think I've heard you speak Arabic that much. I'm going to go check out your TikTok. But I think it's really amazing. And, I think your superpower is that you literally are the bridge of East and West. You have a multicultural background and you bring the beauty of all of these worlds. You're so well traveled. You've had this backstory of having already this incredible career. And you're just here as someone who really knows who they are and what they're about to tell that story. And that is the most powerful thing that nobody can emulate. Nobody can copy that.
Thank you so much, actually. Thank you. I'm going to take this. And,
you take it, baby.
And as Meredith said, and it's really true. And it was like an aha moment for me, So thank you.
No, it's true.
Thank you
You're
so
really
much.
doing it, babe. And you know what I absolutely love is the fact that in all your authenticity, you are so willing to be transparent and saying, I don't know it all yet. I'm working it out.
Yeah.
You're willing to be vulnerable. You're willing to be honest. And these are things that the Arab world really needs. And women everywhere need, by the way. So,
thank you for the aha moment. Thank you.
So you've already given us your pearls of wisdom. They were courage, listen to your gut, and dream big.
Dream big and surround yourself with
the important people. So I'm going to take these 3 takeaways and add them to my list, because what I'm doing now, actually, I didn't know how long this whole thing was going to go, but I decided to take it all the way now. And I'm compiling what it takes to make it happen from each and every interview. And we're putting this all together.
That.
Yes, because, when we started it in a way that it was a little bit on a whim, I think. We wanted to do something.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a deeper purpose. I connected with it. It was something I wanted to talk about. Because it's a term that I use this a lot, like make it happen, So I wanted to really understand what that was. And I'm really enjoying the process, and I'm really thrilled that you were with us.
I honestly love, this deeper sense of what you're bringing out in people. I think you're, first of all, a brilliant interviewer, I have to say. And for you to be able to really also point out the things that, like I wasn't good at explaining when it comes to myself, for example, is brilliant. So I think, and putting it all together from everyone, that's brilliant. I mean, it's something that people will definitely come and get inspiration from.
Watch this space, babe.
Watch this space.
Anyway, look, this will not be our final conversation, but we thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate your time.
Had so much fun doing it.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.